Sorry, I had a tiny little burp there. Hey everyone, welcome to a special fireside chat with Cthulhu and friends. I am Cthulhu, and these are my friends. Just kidding. That's actually not how that works. I'm Veronica, and it's really nice to be back with you. And we have a special guest on today. This is Erin. You may know her from the Twitters. And I found out this Twitter is like the best place to get to know people. And I got to hear Erin's story through just this tweet thread that she was kind of putting out into the universe. And it brought to light an issue that I had no idea even existed before. And I think that that's one of the amazing things that Twitter does for us, is that it lets you see experiences that are different from your own, and kind of understand how, maybe our social norms, or whatever it is that you think is like, oh yeah, no one ever has to deal with that, and it's totally cool the way that things are. It's not exactly how it is for everyone. And so I wanted to bring Erin on today to just talk about the issues that she's been facing, and just kind of the legal ramifications of processes that are going on with her. So does anyone else want to say anything? I feel real rambly. Okay, great. so, so anyways, I wanted to talk with Erin today, and so we're just bringing her on to talk with you guys. And Mike and Stacy, feel free to chime in whenever you want to, or not at all. I don't care. But that's it. So we were all just like really excited to have Erin on and talk with her and all that good stuff. So Erin, tell us what the hell? So if someone is not on Twitter, what's the story? What's the sitch?
So, I am transgender, and recently I had applied in the state of Missouri for a legal name change. This essentially involves going through a legal process where I have to file for it. I have to appear before a judge, and the filing, the appearance, and I also have to publish the record of my name change into a newspaper for 3 consecutive weeks. And I was just basically just putting it out into the universe in the thread, like, this was a lot of money. Like, this was a good amount of money, easily a little over $200 total, to essentially just have a basic thing for my transition, which is just a name change. This is just to get my name on my license, my birth certificate, my social security card, just these essential documents that I need to exist in the world as me.
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, I mean, I had to wait until I had received a good amount of money and saved up, just so I could afford to apply all of this. And I was reflecting how large of a barrier this is, especially whenever being known as your name is kind of an essential thing for a lot of trans people.
Sure. So when I was, reading the tweet storm of all this, and I shouldn't say tweet storm like it was an angry
It was like
thing.
3 or 4 tweets, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, tweet storm is appropriate.
But it was so funny. My husband, who introduced me to just so many different ways of thinking, and just really opened up my eyes to issues that I had no idea existed. He was just like, oh yeah, Erin from Twitter. And I was just like, yeah, no, I haven't been on Twitter all day. And he hands me his phone, and we're walking through the grocery store, just grabbing a couple things. And I am livid as I'm walking through the grocery store, and I'm immediately like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this injustice cannot stand. And so I was so proud of you for, just letting that issue be known. I think a lot of times when you're dealing with an issue like that, I mean, it's so difficult to even say like, hey, this is a problem, and it shouldn't be like that. I think, like, none of us have a huge financial barrier between us just being able to have our legal name. And that's, just a basic human dignity that everyone needs to have. And so I immediately started blowing up our Slack channel on CAF, and Stacy and Mike were like, well, we should do something about this. And I was like, yeah, we should. And so, Aaron, the reason that we wanted you to come on the show today was to just tell you that we love you, support you, and as a show that features a very cool transgender woman on our show, we wanted to gift you money to cover these additional expenses. So we are going to be sending you some money tonight so you can help cover some of the expenses that you've incurred. And I hope that if you're watching this on YouTube and you maybe know someone that is just having to go through barriers to have the dignity to be called the name that they want to be called, their real true identity being represented legally, and also having that security. I hope that you will also help them, whether you can do that through just emotional support. If you can donate to someone financially, it would make a huge difference. So if you can help remove barriers for people to just have this basic human dignity, please do that. And we are covering Aaron's expenses, but I'm sure there are so many other people that also need help with this. So I would love to be able to find out how you can donate to causes like Aaron's. And if I find that, I will certainly tweet that from the Cthulhu and Friends chat. But Aaron, this is just our way of saying thank you. We love you. We support you. And I hope that it's a help to you.
I mean, I want to say this support that you're offering means so much. I was honestly taken aback when I got your first message that you planned on doing this, and I was really emotional. It meant so much, and I mean, a lot of people aren't that lucky, and I felt just that lucky. To kind of go off of what you're saying, like, yeah, if you can support anyone who has to go through these kind of legal barriers, like, absolutely do so. I mean, definitely give only within your comfort and your ability, but give what you can, because it really does help everyone that it touches. There's no real central place I know of to like help support trans people in there, any charity or anything. Mm-hmm. But I always know there are people trans people who have GoFundMes. I know there are people who have PayPals where you can help them. Like, there's a million different ways to do this. Even if you have a trans artist that or a trans anyone, they probably have a Patreon or anything else that you can help contribute to. Like, every bit really helps.
And then
yes,
also in the same vein, if you can't give monetarily, sharing that just on your Twitter or on your Facebook or whatever, getting the word out, showing people that these GoFundMes and Patreons and other things exist, gives the opportunity
themselves exist.
Yes. Yeah, and it gives other people the opportunity to step in and help somebody out as well. So,
yeah, very well said, everyone. I don't want to take a whole lot of everyone's time. So again, I'll just say thanks so much for coming on, and thank you for being willing to come on, even briefly, onto this very burpy YouTube. And yeah, we really appreciate you. And I hope that those of you that are watching are inspired to help out in any way that you can. And thanks so much for being an awesome listener, for supporting Cthulhu and Friends. Your contributions to our Patreon, to any donations, are what make us financially able to help out some of the causes that we help out throughout the year. So thank you so much for doing that. We hope that you know that when you're donating to us, that we really do keep our ear to the ground to be able to see areas wherein we can put your funds to good use as well. So thank you so much if you've donated to our Patreon, and thank you, Aaron. Thanks, Mike and Stacy, for being amazing. And I mean, it was like 30 seconds after I'm like, hey, this injustice is here, and we can do something to at least help this one person. And Mike and Stacy were like, fuck yes. So it's really cool. Yeah. It's great to be able to be with people that are like, 30-second respondents to, yeah, we should just help people. So thank all of you. I love you guys so much. And we will see you next time.